Most people think gout is something that you only deal with when it flares up, right? That mindset is exactly why gout actually returns over and over again. I'm going to share 3 things about gout that you need to know that most people get wrong. But first, what is gout? So gout is an inflammatory disease that can occur suddenly. It is a very painful arthritis, and it can present as a sudden swollen red joint of the foot, the ankle, the knee, the elbow, or almost any body part, but mostly the feet. And the reason for this to happen is because of uric acid. This uric acid is something that is a byproduct that your body makes, and it builds up over time and it accumulates in the joints. And during a flare-up, the uric acid creates spike-like formations into the joint itself, and that's why it's so painful. I've seen some patients deal with gout for many, many years until they come to us. The reasons that it keeps coming back is actually very fixable. Number one of the big reasons that your gout keeps coming back is definitely because of your diet. Uric acid is a byproduct in many foods that we eat, including red meats, alcohol, shellfish, and actually even in high fructose corn syrup. From the breakdown of fructose, it will create a byproduct of uric acid. So overall, honestly, the most common reason I see it happen is still from alcohol usage. And so a lot of times when a new patient comes in with multiple gout flares, our history taking asks about how often they drink alcohol. And sometimes even just a slight switch in that manner where you reduce the alcohol intake and increase fluid intake, which is water, can actually dramatically lower the likelihood of further gout or frequency of gout attacks. I typically tell my patients to aim for about 2 to 3 liters of water intake a day, which is equivalent to about 4 to 6 bottles of water. That alone can make a significant difference. Now, point 2 is something that most people don't really think about, and that is your kidney function. Your kidneys are responsible for flushing out the uric acid. It acts like a filter, right? And one thing we see a lot of times with people with kidney disease is that they are much more prone to developing gout. Yes, and that makes sense, right? Because as your kidney function declines, it has a harder time of getting rid of toxins, including the uric acid, and so then it will accumulate in your body. And this is another reason why drinking more fluids really matters, right? Especially water intake can actually help drive down the amount of gout because it will help excrete it from your kidneys. So yes, hydration is helping your kidneys do their job. Finally, that brings me to point 3, and I think this is the most important. Most people who have gout require some form of long-term management to help with excretion of uric acid. A lot of people think that they only need to take medication during a flare-up, and that is not true. Because with long-term accumulation of high levels of uric acid, one of the biggest concerns that we have is actually heart disease, meaning a heart attack. What can happen is where there's so much accumulation of uric acid in your body that it starts to go around your heart and cause inflammation, and inflammation sometimes can drive a heart attack. So that's why long-term medication recommendations can be very helpful for some patients. And this includes things like allopurinol, febuxostat, probenecid, and pegloticase. So these are the heavy hitters that stop the cycle of recurrent gout flare-ups. If you're dealing with gout flare-ups that keep returning, the best thing you can do is to talk to your provider about your options. Everyone's situation is different, and the right treatment can make all the difference. If you found this video helpful, stick around. I'll be releasing more content on gout and other rheumatology topics in the future. I'll see you in the next one.